Okay, so now it's for the second chapter of the Son of Maccabees. This is where it goes through all the good faithful kings of the time. There had 5 sons: John, who was surnamed Gaius; Simon, who was Thasi; Judas, who was called Maccabeus; Eleazar, Abiron, and then Jonathan, Aphus. And they all saw the evils that spread to the people of Judah and Jerusalem. And Matthias said, "Woe is me! Wherefore was I born to see the ruin of my people, and the ruin of the holy city, and to dwell there, when it is given into the hands of the enemies? The holy places are come into the hands of strangers. Her temple is become as a man without honor. The vessels of her glory are carried away captive. Her old men are murdered in the streets, and her young men are fallen by the sword of the enemies. What nation hath not inherited her kingdom, and gotten of her spoils? All her ornaments are taken away. She that was free is made a slave. And behold, our sanctuary, and our beauty, and our glory is laid waste. And the Gentiles have defiled them. To what end, then, should we live any longer? And Matthias and his sons rent their garments, and they covered themselves with haircloth, and made great lamentation. So they picked up their, like the hard, the itchy cloth it induces suffering, and it really brings you down from being all glorious to being truly in living in Christ and asking for forgiveness. And so this whole group gets together, and they go against Ch, who's the evil leader that tries to get rid of all of the law of Jesus, and tries to see if he can do it all. Like, let's just not obey him at all, and then we'll just not be here. No, I'm just kidding, but really. What a miserable life that guy must be living, or must have lived, and in hell must be living. Yee! Anyway, Matthias saw and was grieved. He saw a Jew after he talked to Antichus, who asked him to join him, and he said, "No way." They sacrificed Antichus and his men. He saw them, or Matthias, make sure I'm saying his name right. Mattathias saw them sacrifice a certain Jew to the idols upon the altar of the city of Modin. And when he saw this, he was grieved, and his reins trembled, and his wrath was kindled, according to the judgment of the law. And running upon him, he slew him upon the altar. I'm a little confused about that part. If you want to fill me in, anybody. I'm pretty sure, Matthias is still alive, so this was the Jew who was slain. And Matthias might be too, but I don't know. Jesus was Jewish. Okay. And forthwith they went out towards them, and made war against them on the Sabbath day. So this is people going against a hidden city, or a hidden group, and they didn't want to battle on that day, so they were killed by King Antiochus. And then Matthias and all the rest of them made sure to talk and say, if they come to us on the Sabbath, we will still battle. We cannot let our king's reign come to a ruin. And so I think they more or less tried to plan to fight on the other days, and maybe even incite battle. You'll see when we're coming up to chapter 3, they actually do incite, at least incite battle a little bit, and are always ready compared to the other one. So I'll read these one. Well, alright, here it goes. Here goes nothing. Starting at line 52, 51. Now, therefore, O my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers, and call to remembrance the works of the fathers, which they have done in their generations, and you shall receive great glory and an everlasting name. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was reputed to him unto justice? Joseph in the time of his distress kept the commandment, and he was made Lord of Egypt. Phinehas our father, by being fervent in the zeal of God, received the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Jesus, whilst he fulfilled the word, was made ruler in Israel. Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received an inheritance. David, by his mercy, obtained the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, while he was full of zeal for the law, was taken up into heaven. That one's a neat one. Just taken up into heaven. Like, bye, Elias. Ananias and Azarias and Misael, by believing, were delivered out of the flame. Daniel in his innocency was delivered out of the mouth of the lions. And thus consider through all generations that none that trust in him fail in strength. And fear not the words of a sinful man, for his glory is dung and worms. Today he is lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into the earth, and his thought is come to nothing. You therefore, my sons, take courage and behave manfully in the law, for by it you shall be glorious. And behold, I know that your brother Simon is a man of good counsel. Give ear to him always, and he shall be a father to you. And Judas Maccabees, who is valiant and strong from his youth up, let him be the leader of your army, and he shall manage the war of the people. And you shall take to you all that observe the law, and revenge ye the wrong of your people. Render to the Gentiles their reward, and take heed to the precepts of the law. And he blessed them, and was joined to his fathers. Now this was said by the father of this was said by Mattathias, and he said that unto his sons. And it began with, I didn't say this one line, now hath pride and chastisement gotten strength, and the time of destruction, and the wrath of indignation. And then it goes on, now therefore, O my sons, be zealous of the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. And woo-hoo, that's what. So, and he died in the 146th year, and he was buried by his sons, this is the last line, in the sepulchres of his fathers in Modin, and all Israel mourned for him with great mourning. Alright, I'll go into chapter 3 next video. Good night.